in law, is the Abuja Municipal Area Council a local government? Would you say AMAC?
Really, AMAC is not a local government per se. The man that has been given the assignment, the FCT minister, cannot on his own be delegate. Delegatus, not protest delegate. You cannot delegate what has been delegated. When we say local government, but acts, whatever is inside. If you feel that the market will not of course, it's so. They have his reasons. In this, the confusion in this issue is that we really don't know who is the accuser and who is the judge, who is the prosecutor. Jubril raised the issue of the house was defensive.
Hello Nigerians and welcome to the program Legally Speaking. Legally Speaking is a program in which we look at politics, policies and power from the eyes of the law. My name is Chijioke Kanu. Today we are going to look at the NYSC Act and the liabilities thereunder. If you are confused about whether you served or you are supposed to serve or you are not supposed to serve, just join us after this short break and you'll meet my guests and we'll talk about the issues. Welcome. If you are just joining us, the program is Legally Speaking. And I promised at the opener that when we return, you are going to meet my guests. But meanwhile, our topic today is NYSC Act, that National Youth Service Act, and liabilities thereunder. I have a regular guest in the studio. Is somebody that doesn't need any introduction. Join me to welcome Barrister Alabo Wokoma. Is legal practitioner in Abuja.
It's a pleasure.
It's a pleasure to have you here today.
It's a pleasure.
Now we are talking about now NYSC Act, National Youth Service Corps Act. And a lot of people wondered why it's an issue recently. The Adeosun saga. He has raised the issue, 3 issues really. When are you supposed to serve? When are you exempted? And when are you excluded from service? So some kind of introduction.
Well, the NYSC Act, its first promulgation was in 72.
By the admission of Yakubu Gowon.
By Gowon's administration.
Yes.
And it was there till that if you are a graduate of Nigerian stock. First of all, it's just University of Nigeria.
Okay.
72, 73. The act really came up on the commencement date was on the 22nd of May 1972.
Yeah.
Then 72, 73 sets of graduates from universities only were meant to go, but later it was spread. I think the following year HND was part of it, then NC came to be part of it. Later NC was dropped.
Yes, of course.
But till today, HND and graduates from universities and outside universities.
Universities outside the shores of Nigeria.
Yes, are now part of it. As long as you graduated before 30 years of old.
Okay, so it is from if you graduate before 30 years.
Before 30 years.
Yes. There were amendments.
Before it was not 30 years. As long as you graduated, you must be serviced.
Yes.
And failure to report is an offense.
Okay, good. That's the first liability.
Yes.
Failure to report.
It's an offense.
Yes. All right.
Yeah.
Then we move to the next. I think there have been some amendments.
Yeah, no, there are
amendments that brought in NCE.
Yes.
An amendment that took off
NCE.
Then there's an amendment that made it 27 years, if my memory serves me right, or made it 30 years.
No, 30 years. Before it was open. as long as you graduated from a Nigerian university Mossad. Until they now made it up to 30 years. That
was the second amendment. Something like that. Yeah.
The turnout was so serious that they removed NC.
Yes.
And then
reduced it to 30.
30.
Yes.
That is the date of graduation. If not, if you graduate before you are 30, anytime you come to Nigeria, you'll serve.
Okay, now the first amendment, that amendment that brought it to 30, is a major amendment.
It's a major one.
Now,
most states,
it created the issue of exclusion.
Yes, and exemption.
Okay, good.
Yes,
good. So from the first amendment, you have exclusion. You have discharge.
Yes.
You have exemption.
There is a discharge certificate. That is a resumption. Then
completion. You complete.
Then extension is also there. Extension.
Exemption.
Extension.
Okay, yes. Good. Extension, yes, because I remember there was a time there was a group in Lagos that had problem when was the
governor.
The governor, he came with, I think Jim Wobodo was the minister then.
Yes.
He went to the camp and then the way the coppers hail the minister when he comes. They say three happy chairs for the governor of Lagos State. He was the governor of Lagos State.
Military governor. He was a military governor.
Yeah, military governor of Lagos State. Colonel Olagunse Ilola. Then they said the person leading their chant said hip hip hip. They said ole. Hip hip hip. They said ole. They said hip hip hip. They said ole. They extended it by 3 months.
You can extend up to 6 months. Anyway.
The governor got angry. And the minister too was messed up. When he was supposed to be the one, he told you that's why. So they extended their service to 3 months upwards.
3 months.
So it's true. They have a right to extend.
Extend, yeah.
Okay.
Extension.
So if you are extended,
extension with half salary, half allowance. No, when they extend, they don't want to give you. If it's 400, they give you 100.
Because the extension is punitive.
Yes, it's a punitive. It's a punishment. You must have either a lot of offences. You know, as a youth copper. Until you kill somebody, they can handle it.
Okay, every other thing is within their domain.
They can handle it.
No, so it's capital offences.
Yes, it goes to court. But other things they can handle it. Okay. And those who took, I had a friend who took the wives of people. He not one, not two. He was a 7 for 6 months. He was
a youth copper.
He was my mate. We reported together.
So NYSC has the power to punish. Up to 6 months. Capital offense.
Only capital at that time. Capital offenses, serious offenses. If not every other offense, like adultery, they take charge.
Okay.
And how are they going to punish you? Is by extension.
So if you're extended, are they supposed to give you a certificate showing that your service was extended?
No, they will not give you your discharge certificate.
But your discharge certificate will not. Okay,
they will not write you. They will no. There's a kind of written that your service has been extended.
Yeah, but because it's an issue. When you are running a political office,
they will write you,
or you are taking an employment or whatever in government.
Yes.
What it means is that if you bring your certificate, your employers can inquire whether your service was extended and then see why your services were actually extended.
No, if they want to prove further, yes.
Since it's a requirement of the law, it becomes almost compulsory.
No, it is not. It is not, because if you are not aware, I'll just show my discharge certificate. But if you want to go further, you can find out that, because it's not a good certificate.
It is at the discretion of the employer,
yes,
the National Assembly, when they went to ask you, Did your service, was your service extended?
No, if you face an interview,
Yes.
they have the right to ask you that question. And if you tell a lie and they find out, automatically you don't get
Yeah, but I've seen them, these Senate people, they say take a bow and go. That means that is not a correct way.
No. If somebody has to be verified,
Yes.
he's not supposed to take a bow.
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make, if not, most of these certificates, they take a bow and go. Will have
Can
been
bring a
rejected.
false certificate.
Yes, like a member of government.
Yes.
His excuse was that he didn't do national service because he was in the House of Assembly, which is wrong.
He shouldn't have gone to the house first.
Because he's not part of an extension. It's not a requisite of an extension.
Because I've watched the Senate and the House, they say if somebody is a member of their party, they say take a bow and go. On what basis are that?
No, they do that. If they don't do that, by now it has to be strict. Whether you are from that party, you are not from that party.
Yeah.
You are from. You are formally from that house. You are not from that house.
Wherever you are coming from.
Well,
The duty at that point is national.
And all of them. We saw George Carnavoy of USA when he was nominated to go to Supreme Court.
We
saw judicial company where 3 women came and said he sexual assault. He called on one of the members of his party, called on the FBI to probe further after the Senate hearing, after the Senate committee hearing made up of former judges and lawyers. They investigated him. When that was not enough, they asked the FBI. In short, the Republican Party brought in a female, because the woman who complained, the women who complained were female. Instead of bringing, if they're asking the question, they brought a female prosecutor who has been in crime, who has specialized in criminal prosecution.
So conclusively, at this stage, it is wrong for houses of the National Assembly to say take a bow and go.
No, we know that is wrong. We know that is wrong. They do that for political reasons. They have no other reason.
But when they are screening a candidate, for instance, the business is no longer that of a party. It's a national business.
No,
It's a national responsibility.
It's a duty.
National duty, yes.
It's a duty on the people to know whether he has formally. Criminal prosecution has no limit.
Yes, all right.
Yes, because when we are talking about George Carnavoy, that's 36 years ago, when he was 70 years.
All right. If you are just joining, you have not missed anything. This is Legally Speaking, and with the lawyer with the oracle prediction in terms of policies, power and policies. My guest, Barrister Al Owalabo Wokoma, and we will be back to talk about the liabilities that can stop you from getting any appointment in government, anyhow, or joining government because of the NYSC Act. Join us after this break. Welcome back, and it's still Legally Speaking. My guest is still here, Alabo Wokoma, is a prince and a legal practitioner in Abuja. Before we went on that break, we were talking about liabilities, which is the topic today, under the NYSC Act. We stopped at the point of bow and go, and we concluded that bow and go is actually unlawful, maybe to a point that it's a legal duty. It's a national and legal duty to inquire anybody who comes before them whether the person has satisfied all the conditions of the law. All, not some. Professor Asime, NYSC issues 3 certificates. Discharge. Would you want to talk on discharge?
Yes, discharge is when you've successfully completed your tenure.
Yes.
That is when you serve. Your service is supposed to be 11 months, but they calculated 12 months for you. 1 month is supposed to be a leave. When you completed your tenure, they give you a discharge certificate. Means you successfully completed your tenure in the national service.
That is, you must serve compulsory for 11 months.
11 months.
Excluding medical permits.
No. All of them is a total package.
Okay.
So if you have a permit from your immediate principal, it's okay.
Okay.
That is not, even if it's known to the national body.
Okay.
But as long as they didn't frown at it, it's allowed.
You are not supposed to prove approval.
No.
For instance, if it comes as an issue.
If it becomes an issue, if the approval is given, you show it.
But I think that when you are given a discharge without any other thing,
that means you served
all
from the one to the last.
All right. Then exemption.
Exemption, there are so many ways. In short, 993 Act included more people to be exempted. That is when you are above 30. A day to 30 you will serve. But when you are 30 and above, you go for, you don't serve any longer. You're exempted. Then if you've been in the police, in the army, in any security agent, if you are,
that's exclusion, really.
if you are part of it, you are exempted.
Okay.
You are exempted. You are exempted. At least you will have served 9 months. 9 months.
In the military,
in the security services, including the military and the police. You will serve 9 months. That is, you serve. You've done those ones. It's called, or it fell under exemption.
Okay.
It's fell under exemption.
Yes.
Yes.
So but the NYSC issue also issues exclusion.
Exclusion is national honors.
Okay.
When you have national honors, you are either excluded. Exclusion comes if the CEC, that is the president, wrote in a gazette or wrote in a letter that you are excluded from service. He has to give you a letter.
Okay, you have to get a letter
or
from the
CEC. Or a gazette established by him.
Okay.
Yes.
That it means
that's exclusion.
So if you are 30 at the point of graduation,
yes,
it's a provision of the act.
It's a provision of the act. Exemption provision of the act. It's a provision.
But people argue that if the law excludes you from participation, you don't need a certificate.
No. You still need to go to, like if you are in the service of the military, everything. You still, if that one already, your employment letter is enough that you are a member of the military.
Yes.
And you have a national certificate. And you have a national honor. That is all the GCON. Or you have a national honor.
Yeah, the military.
Yes. You are excluded. And what are you going to show? Is your employment or whatever you have to say that you are not part of it.
Lawyers are arguing that exclusion should first include those excluded by the act itself.
No.
30 years.
But they call under exemption. On the act, most of them are under
The issue
exemption.
is, if the law says you are not supposed to act, are you exempted or excluded? That was the argument of the lawyers.
No. The exemption, most of these people I've mentioned are under exemption in the act. So you must go for and tell national to get an exemption certificate.
Yeah, but people are arguing that if you don't write to them, for instance, you graduated after 35 years, you have your death certificate or declaration of age, you have your results, which you present at interview or at investigation or whatever. That all you need to say is, look, I was 35 at the age at the time I graduated, and this is my.
If you are to do that, well, you take it to the panel.
Good.
Who is interviewing you? Now,
Okay.
this is my certificate. You can see the date, and this is my age of birth.
Yes.
You can see the date.
Yes.
That one, you are student.
You are supposed to prove.
You prove.
Okay.
But you have exemption letter, you don't play
You don't pay the exemption
letter.
letter. So the exemption letter is actually for convenience.
Yes,
Of the
it's for confidence. If not, you can use that one that that the act excludes you under the exemption
Okay.
section.
But in a democracy, liberality and choices are part of democracy.
Yeah.
A graduate who graduated at the age of 31,
Yeah.
for instance, can go to
Or
court
at the age of 30,
at the age of 30 can go to court and take
an oath.
an oath
Yeah.
that I graduated at the age of 30
Yeah.
and I'm not supposed to serve.
You don't even need that oath because the paper shows your date of graduation, the time it was issued to you.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, because you have to bring your birth certificate or declaration of age at
Yes.
the time you entered the university.
Yes.
With which you entered the university.
Yes. Two
And
of
the
them.
certificate that
Two
you give.
papers are enough. One, your age. Second, your graduation.
Okay.
If you place it on to
Before
them, they know.
They take a decision.
They take a decision. They know. If they don't, if they take another decision that you need to get exemption, that you can sue them.
Adeosu, former Mr. Adeosu, former Honourable Minister for Finance,
Yeah.
was a victim of this quagmire.
Yeah.
And she admitted that the document they gave to her, because NYSC it didn't emanate from them. It seemed to me she would have been safer if I had goes to an affidavit.
You see, because she has a certificate, exemption certificate, which was dated as late as 2009. So she herself thought it was reasonable. It was from NYSC. Because she applied for
She had an
NYSC.
application.
She wrote an application which was acknowledged.
You know, I find it difficult to place any, because the law punishes the intention, not the act.
No, his intention.
It was to get a complete correct.
So she even gave us the one she has for them to verify. The date she resigned was the date it came out that it was fake.
Yes, the day the NYSC confirmed.
Yes,
There
was
no
the
problem.
date she resigned.
She also said that she gave it to middlemen to procure. After applying,
After applying,
somebody was following it up.
following up, which was normal in our
system.
Yes, it's normal.
I really don't think I sympathize with.
And
Honourable
if
Minister.
she knew it was fake, she would have given it out.
She would have gone there to get the correct one.
Correct one.
Because the point is that she came to Nigeria after the period after that.
She was over 30
She
when
was
she
over
came,
30.
although she graduated before 30.
Yeah, but she didn't know that she was to serve even after she has she's over 30.
No, she knew that you need to serve. So she went to NYSC and they asked her to write the exception certificate.
So we just come out of primaries right now, and a lot of them have uploaded all sorts of documents to INEC with specific concentration on NYSC certificate. When will it void a nomination?
You know, if INEC is doing its work, it should go a little bit a step further by investigating these certificates.
But they said INEC is not an investigating institution.
No. They may not tell you. When we were in school, I investigated some. I was a student. I investigated some students who claimed to be from Rivers State, and when we find out they are not from Rivers State, they were asked to refund all their money.
So this NYSC certificate is going to play a greater part in the challenge of primaries and actually challenge of the outcome of the election. You think people should place more emphasis on it when they are?
You know, our constitution is another thing.
Right.
the terms of people going for national offices, it does say categorically that you must have NYSC certificate. He said you must school start level, not even school certificate.
Exactly. You have attempted school certificate.
Level,
Yes.
not attempted.
Yes.
Level.
Yes.
Means a man who did primary 6. And he got primary 6. And he has 10 years experience or post primary 6. He's qualified.
Yeah, so generally, NYSC will not place. NYSC certificate will not play any role unless if you rely on it.
Yes, if you rely on it, you play a role. If you play a role in the sense that they will disqualify you.
Yes.
And when you ask them, they will quote the NYSC certificate.
It's always a pleasure to have you. All right, viewer, this is how far we can go on this program today. If you have any reaction to the topic, please reach us on the social media addresses on your screen right now so that the conversation will continue. Until we meet you again next week, keep obeying the law and God bless you.